Go.
You know what, Susan? I went to the shop the other day and I wanted to pick up clothes for myself.
Oh.
Because something interesting is around the corner. So I said, okay, let me go check this out. And then I went and I saw this amazing dress, and I wanted to try it out. I usually don't like trying out clothes, but I said, okay, let me just check it out because it looked different from what I usually wear. So I went and checked it out, and then I come out and then I suddenly see the price and I'm like, yo, this is too much. I don't think it's a good idea for me to spend. And then I was like, no, maybe I can do so much with this. So I decided, no, I'm not going to pick it up. So yeah, have you had an experience of that kind? Like,
Yeah, I believe the biryani is really good here.
what? I wasn't talking about food at all. I was talking about the shop and the
Oh.
clothes. And
Okay. I think I missed on that. Did you
that's
say
what
anything about...
most people do.
Exactly. They hear, but they don't listen.
Yeah, that's what you need to pick up. That's the skill you need to develop for your IELTS listening exam. You need to listen and not hear. So when people come and ask us, listening module is very difficult because as the audio plays, you are expected to write your answers. For that, the only way is you stop hearing to what people are actually talking about and actually listen to what somebody's talking to you about. Like when you go to a restaurant, so many of us do this. We actually eavesdrop on what the other person is talking about in the table, people sitting beside us. That time we're actually listening, we're not hearing because we're so interested in knowing what they're talking about. You apply the same here. Listen and listen for key information. That's very important. So when somebody's
I think the best example is listening is what you do when your neighbors, have
having
some
fight.
visitors or fight. And hearing is mostly what you do when you attend a seminar.
hearing is what most spouses do, I guess. I don't think they listen. So yeah,
They hear. They just hear sounds.
Yeah,
That's all.
That's all they know. So that is how you develop your listening skills. And if you had to ask me, one of the ways in which you can improve your listening skills is by maybe try watching a movie without subtitles. Try understanding what the person is talking about without actually having to look at the text. So that helps you listen more keenly for information because you have to pay attention to their lip movements and what they're talking about. So try doing that. That is one way. But the only other way, I think
listening is actually a bit of reading, a bit of listening, speaking, and a bit of writing. When everything comes together, listening is actually complete.
Yes.
So you cannot listening has got everything to do with all the other three segments. So you cannot separate listening from all the other segments. All these four segments come together. They have a reason to be together because all of them together makes or builds your language skills. So my concern is, one of the problem that I've always faced is I've had problems in downloading apps. I download the app. I enjoy, the questions that they have in the app. One fine morning, you wake up and there is no questions. This is very sad. So that's where I think I have somebody to rely on, which is my IELTS partner. Now it's really nice, right? My IELTS partner, somebody who's going to be with you, who's going to support you and help you.
that was the idea behind having the name also.
I didn't know that, by the way. So, how is the modules, the lessons in my IELTS partner when it comes to listening?
Listening, again, we have a lot of video lessons to explain the strategies, the different types of questions. So listening again has 4 sections, 40 questions, and each section is designed in a very specific manner. So there's a conversation, there is a monologue where there's only one person talking. So these are different sections. There are social situations, academic situations. It's a combination of all of this, a listening test. So in the application, we have video lessons that talk about the different types of questions and the strategies that one can use to answer the questions. However, more than the video lessons, there are umpteen number of practice and mock tests, which is available to the user. The practice material is accessible thrice. So you can practice the same test at least thrice.
Oh, nice.
However, the mock test is obviously, since it's a mock test, it needs to be exam oriented. You can access it only once.
Okay.
And like any other module on the application, you get instant scores for your listening section as well. So as soon as as the audio plays, you answer the questions on the application, and once you submit your test, you get your scores right there, then and there, and you go to your analytics page, that is your personal dashboard, where you can see your progress.
Wow.
So if you've done say about 10 practice tests, then over the 10 practice tests, the personal dashboard will show you exactly where you've gone wrong, which are your plus points, which are your weak points.
Nice.
So which question actually is giving you trouble, so you can concentrate more on that section.
Superb.
So
I'm already in love with this app right now.
So that's how we have tackled this situation. And another thing I think a lot of people face is when you actually sit down to do your listening in a at any center or anywhere for that matter, you're not always getting access to the material.
Oh yeah, exactly. I recently came across a student who said that she joined an institution where there are 500 students for just one whole segment, and by the time she received the listening, but she's like, she saw the lab, the lab where you do the listening lab was probably at the third week of her arrival in the institution, which is like really bad. So when you consider that way, you have somebody like personally with you, you can access, you can get in, do your practices, get your marks, you can even see your analytics. This is way too cool, let me tell you that.
Because one thing is, I don't know if you've noticed this one segment of people who don't get access to their listening tests. There's one segment who generally you go into a class, you are given your material, so you're given your reading material, you're given your listening material, you're expected to sit at the desk, complete your reading test, complete your listening test, and you fill in your scores and you go for the day.
Yeah, that's done.
Nobody's there to actually tell you, okay, why are your scores so less? Where did you go wrong? What method can you use to improve your scores?
For example, some of you might be very good with numbers, so you can listen to the numbers, somebody read out the numbers to you and you can get it in one go. But when it comes to address, you might be confused. With spellings you might have some problems. So all these have to be assisted. When it comes to listening, you have to be assisted, and MyIELTS partner I think is really a good option when it comes to assisting, and also the analytics will always make you really happy. It will always help you boost your confidence. Okay, this is where I am, I need to go a little more, I need to get better. I used to have this app. It's like a fitness app. Okay, so it's really cool. The app is, you work out for 40 minutes, and after 40 minutes of your workout, they'll tell you how much of Mount Everest did you climb in that 40. So every time you see how you climb that mountain, and when you reach the top, the pinnacle,
you're elated.
You're so happy. I mean, analytics will always make you happy. It will always help you boost your confidence. It will, you know where you're actually going. You're being guided by it.
And for a skill, like we were saying from the beginning, IELTS is a skill. So to develop a skill, you need self-assessment, you need regular progress intervention. You need to know where have you reached, what is your progress now compared to most other people. So it's very important that you get your assessments on time, know where you stand in order to practice and put in practice at the right place. So that definitely through the application we have tried to solve. And being a trainer, being in the field for so long, I think that was one major pain point we wanted to address. So, yes.
You've been constantly hearing about MyIELTS partner, and you might be even wondering about why we're promoting this. The thing is, being IELTS trainers, we've seen how students have struggled when it comes to a one-on-one session. So if anybody out there who really wants to crack this IELTS, probably you might be fed up of going to institutions, running around, with your concerns, going to people, not able to crack it for some reason. Such students might find MyIELTS very, very, very helpful, and that's exactly why we are promoting. So promoting good things which is helpful is perfectly fine. It's good. It's really